Hello everyone, welcome back to Agri Optional CSC channel. Subscribe it or not, but we are reached to our second lecture, second part basically that will be dealt with. We will be dealing with this natural resources, its sustainable management and conservation. This topic. In last topic, what did we study? In last class we study about ecology and its relevance to man. Now we will move on to, this was the first segment, this first part. Now this is will be the second part, natural resources, its sustainable management and conservation. Now here are three words: natural resources, sustainable management. Third one is conservation. सबसे पहले आप मेरे को, you guys tell me or write that what are the different natural resources and how you divide. What do you see natural resources? How can you divide natural resources? Now natural resources can be divided into renewable and non-renewable natural resources. So under renewable natural resources we can say that we have what? Forest as a natural resource. Second, we can say water is our natural resource. Third, the land on which we live is our natural resource. Fourth, the minerals which are obtained from land is our natural resource. Fifth, plants, or you can include plants in forest only, na, right? आ सकता है ना? So first of all, tell me how these natural resources are useful for us. Only one word association I need. Brainstorm, guys, brainstorm. It is important for us in what way? Like forests are important for us: food, shelter. Second one is biodiversity, climate, weather, and many more things which you can think of. This is the utility of this forest natural resource. Water necessity है. Second, ड्रिंकिंग पर्पस के लिए, एक्वेटिक लाइफ के लिए, एनर्जी रिसोर्सेज के लिए, एनर्जी जनरेशन के लिए वी नीड वाटर एंड अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. Land we need to live. What more? Agriculture comes under land, right? Urbanization aspect come under land, right? Minerals, different minerals like iron, manganese, copper, coal, we obtain from this. So these are all natural resources which we have. Now we exploit it for these purposes, but we have to use them sustainably. सस्टेनेबल यूज होना चाहिए इन रिसोर्सेज का. तो सस्टेनेबल मैनेजमेंट के लिए व्हाट डू वी हैव फॉर फॉरेस्ट? वी हैव नेशनल फॉरेस्ट पॉलिसी 1988. नाउ दिस फॉरेस्ट पॉलिसी हैज बीन गाइडेड बाय 1927 इंडियन फॉरेस्ट एक्ट, 1952 फर्स्ट पॉलिसी नेशनल फॉरेस्ट पॉलिसी, 1980 फॉरेस्ट कंजर्वेशन एक्ट, right? So for conservation what we are doing? Forest Conservation Act 1980 and 1988 National Forest Policy. Then next is water. Now for water sustainable management we need, so for water different programs are going on which include Namami Gange project, National River Conservation Program, National Wetlands Conservation Program, National Lake Conservation Program. For land, we have international level for like conservation of land degradation, right? Under this, different COPs happen. We'll see about it. For minerals, we also have this degradation that don't happen. So these, first of all, we have to understand this. So right now, I'm just giving you a broad perspective that natural resources we have to understand sustainable management and conservation. कि how can we conserve it and how do we utilize it in a sustainable manner and how natural resources are conserved. ठीक है? Let's move ahead. See this again, natural resources की definition. Again, we are going to the natural resources definition. Naturally occurring substances, minerals in the earth that man can utilize to promote his welfare. Not a good definition, right? Second definition देखते हैं. Natural resources are naturally occurring materials, okay, that are useful to man, that man know how to utilize. There are various things which is present in nature, but do we know everything to utilize? No. But we know something that can be useful for us and could be useful under conceivable technological, economic, social circumstances or supplies drawn from the earth. Supplies such as food, building, clothing materials, fertilizers, metals, water, geothermal power, anything, everything, right? For a long time, natural resources were the domain of natural sciences. So basically, what we are understanding that natural sciences, natural resources include many things. How many types? Renewable, non-renewable, stock natural resources. This is you. This must be you have like heard before. But we will talk about the stock natural resources. Now these are resources that have been surveyed but cannot be used due to lack of technology that is stocked. Example hydrogen, and recently we are trying to utilize this national hydrogen mission. This hydrogen. So this is stock natural resources. Renewable material that can be replaced, non-renewable that cannot be replaced and it will take a long time. Data. Now this data we have to use at the starting, you understanding? In the starting we'll use this data. For example, human extract and harvest increasing amount of, how will you write that natural resources are depleting? You should have some data na, so this data will be used. Amounts of natural resources from ecosystem and mines, around 60,000 billion kg annually we exploit from ecosystem and mines. One point. Per capita resource consumption of developed countries is 50 times greater than that of developing countries. कितनी गलत बात है, how much injustice it is with regarding to the use of natural resources, that per capita resource consumption of developed countries is 50 times greater than developing countries. Now USA 4% population have 25% world resources, IPCC stated. The average extraction of resources in Europe was 13 tons per year. Currently, to transport fecal matter weighing 100 grams, we use 6 liters of water to flush it down. Very important. To transport fecal material weighing 100 grams, we use 6 liters of water to flush it down. You understanding? That means it needs some technological know-how. So, five major things to be covered under natural resources are water, we have seen, forest, we have seen, minerals, land and energy. In forest we can include land, include agriculture, forest will include plants, forest or anything which we get from forest, right? First of all, we will talk about water. Now you know that we account for 18% world population, 17 point something, but it has been now 18%, and about 4% of world water resources, only 4%. Out of that, some is fixed in ice capping, ice glaciers, some is in groundwater, then some is in rivers and lakes, some in other form, oceans. Per capita water availability 2011 के अकॉर्डिंग 1500 मीटर क्यूब, ये भी याद रख सकते हैं. Per capita water availability will go down as per ICAR 1400 meter cube. 54 of the country faces high to extremely high water stress. India placed 13 among the world's 17 extremely water stressed countries. Groundwater level in India has declined by 61% between 2007 से 2017. You have to understand it, guys. So, first of all, natural resources. We saw that there was no fixed definition. All definition was like that. So, natural resources, we saw the types. One is a renewable, second is non-renewable, third is stock natural resources, right? Everyone understood this. Third, we studied about different natural resources, and first we will take water, and underwater we have seen some data is India population is 18%. Water, we have 18% will consume 4% of water resources. Highly stressed hua, that means you will show that, what you will show, that 54% of the area in our country is water stressed, and India is one of the 17 country which is basically water stressed region. Third, you will say that per capital per availability, okay, leave this, but you can say that per capita availability of water in India right now is how much? 3500 meter cube, 3500 meter cube. It will go down to 3400 meter cube, right? So these facts are enough to do with the water. ठीक है? Now see how we are using it water. Unsustainable, what are the problems associated with the water? So unsustainable agriculture practices are happening like paddy and sugarcane. कहाँ पर? हरियाणा, पंजाब, यूपी में. Because of this, groundwater depletion is happening. Second is water pollution is happening. Agriculture, because of agriculture industry and social practices like religious rituals. Groundwater depletion, first connected, already mentioned data above, plus pollution, fluorine, uranium, etc. Due to climate change, rainfall is becoming more intense for shorter duration in erratic manner. You will write this so important points in just crisp format. Just understand. Increasing demand, population growth, industrialization, rapid urbanization, rising. So population growth is happening because of this industrialization, rapid urbanization, rising needs of irrigation and insect. Watershed management programs like PM. Now conservation. How we are doing the conservation of these water resources. So it is being done by PM Krishi Sinchai Yojana, restore the ecological balance by harnessing, conserving and developing degraded natural resources such as soil, vegetative cover. Watershed management programs. Second is agriculture. Proper crop selection we should do, proper irrigation practices we should do. Third is water use techniques. Israel supply around 70% of its domestic water requirement through desalination of seawater. Supply around 70% of domestic water requirement through desalination of seawater. They know the technology, they have the technology. This would help increase the supply to meet the growing demand. Managing urban water bodies provides additional storage for the rainwater and urban. So we can go for intershed water development or watershed development. Ideas like interlinking river reduce persistent floods in some parts and water shortages in other parts. So interlinking inter-river linking projects are really important for to reduce persistent floods in some parts and water shortages in other parts. Decentralized water management like rainwater harvesting, local area water bunds, creation under Manrega would help provide additional storage. Proper drainage and sewerage system in cities would help not only in avoiding disaster, but also help in creating. So all what you have understanding is how we can conserve water, right? So conservation, if you talk about conservation, how we are doing it, we can go for watershed management. It is being done under PM Krishi Sinchai Yojana. We can go for what? Best agricultural practices. Water use efficiency. We can give the example of Israel, that how they are supplying domestic supply, they are giving by desalination of seawater. 70% they are fulfilling. How water can be conserved? River water can be cleaned. Interlinking of river can be done so that areas of persistent floods and where rainfall is shortage of rainfall can be connected and can be solved. This all we will write. Atal Bhujal Yojana for groundwater recharge. Ministry of Jal Shakti formation to solve the issue of coordination. Jal Jeevan Mission functional household tap connection. And rest we will study about when we will study soil and water conservation. Okay. So conclusion, how will you will write? As per the report of Niti Aayog, India is currently suffering from the worst water crisis in its history, with the country ranked 120 among 120 countries in the quality of water. That means quality of water is also poor. Groundwater recharge is going down. Around 70% of the water is not even drinkable as per the report. In these scenarios, the proper management of water is the need of our. Now forest we will see that is covered under forestry handbook. But forest also you should know that right now we have forest cover of just 30, 23 to 24%. Forest Survey of India which releases it, and we are exploiting it in a major way. Sustainable use should be done, and conservation tactics we will see it. About land as a natural resource, we see that India has just 2.4% of world's land, sustaining about 18% of its population. Geographical area, arable land is just this. About 29% are considered degraded. So 29% has been degraded. Land, what are the problems related to land? Deforestation is happening. Contain many nutrients. Forests play an important role in maintaining fertility of soil. Second, on agricultural land, we are using pesticide and fertilizers. Overgrazing is being done. Simple points. Overgrazing is being done. Salination. Due to the low quality of irrigation water, excessive fertilizer use, and poor drainage of soil is being done. Water logging issues are excessive irrigation and improper drainage facility in the fields cause rise in groundwater level, which has salt content result in salinity. Desertification is happening due to degradation of vegetative cover, water erosion, wind erosion, salinization, excessive toxic substances. Simple points which we have to remember. Soil erosion is happening, wind erosion is happening, water erosion is happening, wasteland is happening. See, you will learn this, don't worry, just see this, alright? Now I'll make you learn all of this. So we have a land. Land is happening, agriculture. Now because of this agriculture, we are doing a lot of pesticides and fertilizers use. This is turning land salinized. This is further turning land into degraded land, barren land. Second problem is overgrazing, making it susceptible to water erosion, wind erosion, soil erosion. Third problem is overpopulation, diversifying agricultural land or forest land into urbanized area. You are understanding the context without even seeing we are making points. Desertification, you can say. Water logging is the problem. Solution, what is the solution? We will see the solution in water conservation, but programs like National Forest Policy, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai, desertification, we have planned Green Wall of India, reducing the urea consumption by half, institutional measures like central soil salinity, like these things we have to write, right? So for land, we can say that at international front, convention on land degradation has been happened, so that land degradation can be stopped. These all things are happening, right? Bond challenge is given here. What is bond challenge? Now this is very important bond challenge. You have to remember it for the perspective of land utilization or land degradation. In this we have to remember 150 and 350. 150, 350. 150 million hectares by 2020 and 350 by 2030. We have to bring the deforested land under restoration. Very important. India also joined the voluntary bond challenge pledge and had committed towards restoring 13 million hectares and additional 8 billion. So what we have to remember, the major 150 and 350 million hectares बचाना है. इंडिया को कितना बचाना है? 13 and plus 8, total 21. Now this land degradation is also resulting in livelihood loss for the poor. How? Agriculture, farmers who depend on agriculture, soil alkalization is also reducing agriculture. Soil salination, destruction of soil structure is happening. This is easy points you will understand. Energy. India had been ranked 87th position among 115 countries in the energy. Data. You have to put the data first. So India's per capita power consumption is just this. Against the world average is this. So how much less? Around 3 times less. 750 million people in India gained access to electricity between 2000 to 2019. That means 750 million people got it. India's per capita emission today are 1.6 ton of CO2. So every individual is generating 1.6 tons of CO2. Global average is 4.4. So renewable energy share is 100, wind 60, 30, 175 target for 2022. World rank is 5th. Largely dependent upon crude oil, coal. These are very generic topics. We don't have to study it in detail. All right, guys. Strategic Petroleum Reserve, setting up of mines, health policy, IPDS, Deen Dayal Gram Jyoti Yojana for 100% electrification, MNRE, you write it, International National Green Corridor. Yes, you can write all of this. This PDF has given a lot of content regarding this, not needed. Challenges and issue you have to study. That these are high initial cost, weather dependent, location problem, drawbacks of wind energy technology, consequences of hydropower, 24 into supply is not there, agriculture sector depends on it. All right, guys. Threats to natural resources because of overpopulation, overexploitation. Intensive agriculture, farming practices हमारी poor है. Climate change and global warming will threaten. Environmental pollution, land use and development. Ways to conserve, reduce, reuse, recycle, recover. Natural resource management will happen. Importance of natural resource management. To maintain a balance in the ecosystem to avoid further destruction of environment, overconsumption. So we have to go for integrated natural resource management. What is integrated in this? Managing natural resources in a systematic way. Multiple aspects of natural resource use, biophysical, socio-political, economic. Goals of the wider community. Focus on sustainability at the same time tries to incorporate all possible stakeholders from the planning level itself. Management. See this, you understand this very easy. Nothing big is being talked about in this. So basically, in water integrated natural resource technology management, we have integrated natural resource management and integrated watershed management, and here people are living. We have to conserve water, soil, and because of this, biodiversity will be conserved. Water will be conserved by groundwater recharge, water harvesting, micro irrigation, in situ conservation. right? Natural resource management division. This is not required here. It is very much in detail. They have given this. This much is not required. All right. What we have studied is this much is important. A very easy topic is this. We have to know the natural resources, how we can sustainably manage it by integrated natural resource management, by watershed management, by forest को कैसे use करना. For different natural resources we have different strategies. That is really good. Then how to conserve it, we have seen it. So this topic will fetch us only 20 marks, not more than that. So study carefully. Right, guys? Next, we will meet you up for the third lecture, which will be very important, and that will be about just physical and how social environment are the factor for crop distribution and production. We will see this. All right, guys. Thank you so much. If you like it, please subscribe it so that you can give, so that you can understand it. That we have uploaded a video and you can follow us timely. All right, guys. I want to see your name and I want to see the regular player over here that who are studying here over here. Right? Thank you so much.